I've transitioned my Com 102 Media and Society course for spring 2020 from an in-person seated course to online. I'm sharing this example with you because I did not have anything built for our Moodle site for this course before the pandemic broke out and we needed to transition this course online. So I want you to see kind of the basics of a way you could use the Furman LMS to create an online course site that would allow your students to see the trajectory and the method for using the course. So here's what I've done. I have, as you can see, I have the syllabus and announcements and the major assignments listed here. Those are handouts the students have already received. And then I have a note to students that just shares with them my thoughts about us transitioning to online for the coming weeks. And I've sent this to them in an email, but I also posted it here so that they can see a brief summary of changes in case for some reason they're not checking their email or they log into the Moodle site first. And I've also listed it as an announcement here. But part of my job, I think, is to help them clarify exactly what the requirements for this course will be moving forward and to see how they still relate to the original syllabus that we created. So for each week, what I've done is to create a general template. So each week says, complete all readings and assignments for this week by, and I chose Sunday, March 29th, Sundays at 11:59 p.m. So I'm having each week have a particular specific deadline for them to complete the viewings, the readings, and the assignments by for that week. Now, the next thing you'll see, it says, this week I will post 2 videos on our Facebook group. I'm using a Facebook group in this class because we already had one set up. So it's a great way that we're already using to share videos. So I'm going to conduct 2 meetings this particular week as Facebook Live events, and in which students could join me at that time. I'm doing it during our class time. They can join me during that time or not. It's not a requirement. But if they want to interact, they can join in that recording, and then they can watch them at a later time when they're posted. Now, you can do the same thing here by letting students know that you'll be posting your lecture notes or a PowerPoint, a video that you've recorded of yourself just from your webcam on your computer that just introduces the week, or something that gives them an idea that you are there instructing them, and also can let them know how they can contact you if they have questions. So in this case, my students know that they can contact me during this Facebook Live event, and then I'll also say during the live event that they're welcome to contact me during my office hours, text, email, the normal methods of communication that we have been using for the semester anyway. After that, I've listed our readings. So the first thing is I've listed how they will get information from me moving forward. Second, I've listed the readings for that particular week. And then third, I've listed for them the assignments that they should be completing that week. So this week, I've asked them to make sure they've joined our Facebook group to access presentations. 4 of our students have presentations due, and they know this, so they are going to upload their presentations to Facebook, to our Facebook group, where they can be shared. And then finally, there's a discussion to be completed this week that'll take the place of some of our class time meetings. The next week you'll see is exactly the same. Complete all readings and assignments by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And then I have some information for them on March 30th, Monday. I'm going to have a Facebook Live event at our normal meeting time. They can join it. They can watch it later. I'm just recording it during our class time because that's a good time for me to be able to do it. And also, I know they're available if they'd like to join, not a requirement. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to hold a Zoom meeting at our normal meeting time to answer questions about the exam that we have upcoming in this class. And I already have the link for a Zoom meeting there. I have readings for this week, and then there are assignments to be completed this week. We have some presentations, we have a discussion, and then we also have an exam this particular week. That exam, I've extended the deadline on it, was the previous week. Now it's going to be in the March 30th to April 5th week. April 6th through 12th, same thing. How am I going to contact them, their readings, and their assignments? I put a little note here that we are on Easter break, technically, Sunday, April 12th, so that Friday through Monday. So I've encouraged them to get their work done early this week. And actually, it's less work than in a previous week because we do have those days off. The next week, same thing. Here's how I'm going to be contacting you with information and material about the course. Here are the readings for the week. Here are the assignments that you should be completing this week. April 20th, same thing. Here's how I'm going to be communicating with you this week. here are the readings for this week. Here are the assignments that I expect you to complete this week. And then as you can see here, we have a paper due that week, which was already previously announced. And I've already gotten some rough drafts on that one. So they know that one's coming. And then down here, I have a space for our final exam should we need it. So this guide, this weekly guide, just gives a basic template for the way that you might construct an online course that centralizes all of your information in one site for students. And you can put in links here. If you put your videos on YouTube, put a link to your YouTube video, or the Moodle will actually auto embed it if you just put the link in there, which is a really great tool. You can also have students send you a link and you can upload it. And there's a lot of other functionality to Moodle, but this is just a very basic concept site for how to conduct a course in Moodle online. Now I want to share with you the discussion forum. Inside the discussion forum, I have the same prompt for every week. So this week, read the question below, post a substantive response, at least 3 paragraphs by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Your answer should state your point of view on the question, supported by the required readings and your experience. Then review the postings of your classmates and respond thoughtfully to at least 2 of them by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. Compose each response of at least 2 paragraphs to demonstrate both that you understand your classmate's position and that you can apply the reading material appropriately. Now, this is important to realize this class has 26 students, so actually spending time reading and participating in this discussion will be a substantive amount of time for them. So this is taking the place of some of our course meeting times, and I have a discussion like this built every week. Now, my discussion questions are specific to the work that we're doing in that particular class. So for this week, for example, we're talking about PR and advertising. The goal of strategic messaging is to persuade people to change their opinions, to crystallize an underformed or underdeveloped opinion, or to reinforce an existing opinion. Choose a PR or advertising message you've seen recently, and 1, identify whether the message should be classified as PR or advertising. How do you know? Determine who the intended audience is for the message. What are their characteristics, and how do you know? Discuss whether this message is trying to persuade, crystallize, or reinforce this audience's opinion, and how do you know? The idea for this course, this is an introductory course, so we're looking at very basic level concepts in this particular one, but the different sessions have all kinds of different topics. So you'll see down here we have actually a pretty haughty conversation down here in media effects about cultural hegemony. We've got one down here in freedom of expression about how newspapers have been limited by federal governments in countries all over the world. So there's a variety of different topics going on in here, but these are discussions I was planning to lead in class anyway and have them bring examples to in my own course planning. So these questions I just pulled from my plans for the course about how I was going to ask students to engage inside the classroom and put them into an online discussion forum. I'm happy to share any of this information with any faculty, and I just wanted to take a moment to share with you basic course design on Moodle